kick right in front of the goal, and it's in.
Second, cuts to the corner, takes the shot, he scores!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Confluence Financial Partners Stadium located in Peters Township. Tonight we have a Quad A non-section battle between Norwin and the Peters Township Indians. Here's the starting lineups for tonight's Norwin. In goal this evening, a junior, number 0, Reed Hoyle. At midfield, a senior, number 4, Ian Natalie. At defender, a junior, number 5, Danny Metzger. At forward this evening, a junior, number 12, Ryan Schomer. At defender, a junior, number 13, Jackson Momeyer. At midfield this evening, a sophomore, number 16, Joey Walton. At defender, a junior, number 18, Alex Silla. At forward this evening, a junior, number 19, Obara Owolabi. At midfield, a junior, number 21, Logan Plickta. At defender, a sophomore, number 26, Jack Lepore. At midfield, a sophomore, number 28, Tanner Johnson. Norwin is coached by head coach Scott Schuchert, assisted by Caitlin Schuchert, Carter Breen, and Dave Kozik.
It's a beautiful night. It is. It's good.
And now here's the starting lineups for tonight's Peters Township Indians. In goal this evening, a senior, number 30, Jack Stewart. At defender, a senior, number 8, Braden Apple. At defender, a senior, number 45, Ralph Bush. At defender, a junior, number 14, Luke Evans. At defender, a sophomore, number 2, Colin Exley. At midfield, a senior, number 21, Colin Freilich. At midfield, a senior, number 11, Cam Glass. At striker this evening, a junior, number 6, Keaton Kelly. At striker, a sophomore, number 19, Charlie Lolich. At striker this evening for the Indians, a senior, number 10, Anthony Maiello. At midfield, a senior, number 3, Brady Rose. Peters Township Indians are coached by head coach Bobby Dyer, Lucas Heasley, Ryan Kelly, Tim Kane.
I'm not hearing anything. There we go. Hello and welcome to the first official Tuesday night game, Tuesday night football we got here going on here tonight, where your Peters Township Indians are taking on the Norwin Knights. I am your host, Ben Kelly, and I'm here with your favorite senior and color commentator, Connor Seaman. How you doing there, Connor?
Well, it's a great night for some Tuesday night football, Mr. Kelly, and these are the games that you live for as a player. These are the games that I miss the most. These games out of section, yeah, there might not be that history of fighting for section titles against these sort of teams, but especially these two teams that we have on the schedule, Norwin and Plum, both are going to be quality opponents, and these games are going to get fiery. These are the games where you're sitting in the locker room beforehand, and you just can't wait for that clock to hit zeros on the warm-up and for you to step out there so you can get stuck in and get ready to go.
All right, good. Well, I know as a parent in the stands, it's always a fun match to watch. So we're going to get going here. Peters Township starting lineup just announced. They're making their little huddle out there on the field, getting all together. Who are our starters tonight, Connor? They just named them.
We have in goal number 30, Jack Stewart. He's a senior who seems to have won that position battle against sophomore Brendan Seaman. He's had a good game against Bethel Park, looking to continue on that today. We've got Colin Exley at center back in partnership with Luke Evans. That is a sophomore and a junior there. This is their first quad A game together as a partnership. That'll be one to watch. Out at left back, we have Captain Braden Apple, number 8. He's a senior. He's one to look for to make an impact today. He was probably the player who had the best game against Bethel Park, looking to keep that going today. At right back, another senior, Ralph R.J. Bush. Then as we get into the midfield, we have seniors Colin Freilich and Brady Rose. We have on the right wing Charlie Lulich. That's a sophomore making his quad A debut, along with Cam Glass playing an attacking center mid. He's another captain. And up at striker today, we have Keaton Kelly, supported on the left by Captain Anthony Maiello, another senior. Keaton's a sophomore.
All right, very good. Well, we're underway, and so far Norwin took it down a little ways and then got stopped, and Peters is on the move here. Throw in by Mr. Bush, over to Froelich, and taken by Lulich. And Keaton crosses it in. Oh, just a little bit too far for, who's that, Maiello over there. Maiello puts it in the box, and it's a nice header, but easy save for the goaltender. So, all right, already a little bit of excitement going on here. I'm liking it. Goaltender bringing it out and just going to boot it up to midfield.
Word I've heard on Norwin's goalie, Reed Hoyle, this is his first game back from an injury that kept him out of most of the preseason preparation, so that'll be something to watch for if this Peters team can test him early and try and shake that confidence.
Agreed. Any idea what that injury was?
I heard something lower body. My Norwin sources aren't as good as my Canamac or St. Clair sources, so I'm not 100% sure.
Well, that's about as good as hockey, you know. It's like they never really want to disclose where that injury was for sure. Okay, so we got Froelich out to Lulich, and, coming into a dangerous spot here. Keaton's trying to get it without fouling the defender. And eventually it just comes off the chest of Luke Evans, out for a throw-in, and Norwin on the move again. So far, both teams showing some ability to get some passes connected, some confidence on the ball. It's been pretty evenly matched just in the first couple minutes here.
Just in this lull of play, one thing that looks like a difference from Peters Township from this game, from the Bethel Park game, is it looks like a more zonal marking system instead of Coach Bob Dyer's preferred man-to-man. You've seen Norwin players find those little pockets of space where it doesn't seem like there's that Peters defender breathing down their neck. That looks like a little bit of a tactical adjustment after that game against the Blackhawks.
So free kick here. And off the head of Colin Exley, but still not completely out of danger here. Norwin trying to get by the player, but Luke Evans, I think that was Luke kick. No, that was Mr. Bush, RJ. So why do you suppose the switch there into a zone rather than man-man?
From talking with Coach Dyer after the game and talking to players who were in the huddle, it seemed like he was a little bit frustrated with the amount of times where players just got beat on their man. So this might be a change to allow for a little bit more cover defensively while allowing that space in the midfield, because everything's a trade-off with these tactical adjustments.
Gotcha. Okay, so the ball bouncing around back there, kicking it between the defender and the goalie. Keaton tried to catch up to that one, put some nice pressure on. Exley booting the ball back up to midfield. Oh, and there's a push in the back that will go for Peters Township. Cam Glass taken to the ground by the big number. I can't see the number. Maybe 4. Big number 4 pushing Cam in the back. So we'll get a free kick here. Going to be taken by Braden Apple. Let's see if Braden puts it up in the box. Yeah, he does. A nice delivery. But off the head of a Norwin. Brady Rose getting his head on there. R.J. Bush having to hustle back. Okay, Bapple kicks it up. So a little bit of back and forth going on here. Bapple getting it over to Froelich. Froelich looking. Froelich tries to dump it off, but he didn't see the player, number 4, coming up right behind him. And Norwin's off to the races. Number 16. He's got some speed, but Froelich catching up with him.
What a recovery run by Cam Glass there.
Oh, that was Cam there.
And earning the foul on the end of it. That's the sort of effort that Bob will want to see from one of his captains.
Absolutely. Yeah, you definitely would have expected Cam to be a captain on this team this year, wouldn't you?
Certainly, with his ability and the fact that he's been around this program for 1 year more than the rest of the seniors, being that he is the only field player who's still playing to have made junior varsity his freshman year, he was a no-brainer for one of those captain picks.
Absolutely. Always been one of the hardest working players out there, or even from, the earliest years back in, back in the, what do they call those little guys?
All the way down in
I want to say
grasshoppers.
peewee, but they're grasshoppers, aren't they? Okay, now Charlie working with Maiello to get something going here, and cleaned up fairly nicely by their back. Looked like the right back kicked it out for Norwin. So a throw-in. Braden Apple on the throw. Keaton giving chase. Going to try to get there and keep it in, but nothing doing. Okay, so Norwin's goalie back from an injury. He's going to dump it off to his left back. And Charlie stops the ball from going out. R.J. Bush back to Charlie Lurlich. Okay, Keaton's trying to catch up with that. Almost something good there, but not quite. Cam Glass. Peters Township just trying to get this ball off of them, and Braden Apple commits the foul. Not in a terrible spot.
Braden will be a little bit frustrated to get whistled there. Seemed like he got the ball, but Norwin player did a decent job to sell the foul and got the whistle.
So what do you think about the crowd tonight, Connor?
Especially for a non-section matchup so far away, good crowd turning out. Seems like there's a number of girls from the girls soccer team over here, which is one of, I think, the strengths of this program is how the boys show out for the girls and the girls show out for the boys. Just a great sense of togetherness in this program.
Yeah, I do like that aspect of this program for sure. And then as I look over at the Norwin side, I see, maybe there were some people who didn't want to make the trip out this evening. I can't say that I completely blame them, but they're going to miss some good soccer, I'll tell you that. Keaton looking to do something with this ball, and eventually it just gets kicked away by the defender. So as the father of the striker, I'm looking for Keaton to do something a little better, and there's a ball in by Norwin, a really good finish on that ball, and really kind of an unfortunate setup. Keaton was trying to make a turn with that ball, and the defender sort of took it off and kicked it sort of into dangerous territory where one of the other players picked it up, dribbled around, and was able to capitalize off it. So, not the greatest start for Peters Township here.
That'll be a goal for number 12, Ryan Schomer for Norwin, taking the ball in the midfield. And that's where, as you could hear Bobby yelling over, unhappy with how his defenders got put on their heels a little bit there. But now you can hear him yelling at trying to get up. He's going to want to turn the press up, trying to take down that space and not let Norwin afford to be a little bit more patient in the build-up.
Gotcha. So let's see how Peters can bounce back here. Bobby always seems to be good at lighting a fire when needed. See how the boys respond. Feel like Norwin's playing with maybe just a slighter edge of aggression right now. And Peters kind of needs to pick it up to that level. There's a nice header from Keaton that's going in the direction of Charlie. Kicked out of bounds by the defender, so it'll be a Peters throw. Charlie looking. Now for another Peters throw. And already a sub for Peters Township. So Charlie Lurlich is coming out, and who's this? Cole coming on.
Caledonia.
Okay, interesting shift there. What's that about?
I'm not entirely sure from Coach Dyer here. I think Charlie's had a positive start and created a little bit, but maybe he's just looking to see what Cole can offer him out on this side.
Might be just a situational thing where he's looking for Cole to help spark things up a bit here. He's certainly capable of. We've all been watching Cole for many years as well, so he's got that ability. I get the feeling from watching Bobby over the years, it's a matter of how hard you fight to get those balls, you know, and of course, not saying anything about Charlie, I mean, he is a sophomore. So, you know, the more you get up in the years, once you're a senior, you're expected to give it everything you got, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Cole being a junior, maybe he's going to bring that.
Already you can see him going in with the fire there. That's the sort of energy that Bobby will want him to bring to the game right away. Even if he does concede the foul, that sort of energy and willingness to get stuck in, that's why he was brought on.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, that's what we want to see from all the boys. So, and as the father of one of them out there, I can tell you that's what I want to see from him. Of course, it's always easier said than done, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Ooh, dangerous ball. Oh, fortunately for Peters, just kicked over the crossbar. That could have been goal number 2 right there, and that would have really put this team in a hole. So they got a break on that one.
Center back getting really advanced on that free kick to be in a position to put that shot in.
So Bobby pacing the sidelines and sort of see a little bit of steam coming off his head. He wants to get his team riled up, get them fighting here. Okay, there's Cole fighting for that ball. Exactly what he was brought in here for. R.J. Bush with the big throw. He's going to try to get it up to Keaton. Keaton's going to turn and try to take it, but the ball stays inbounds. Colin Exley boots it back up. Over to Maiello. Gets a head on it. Over to Froelich. Froelich trying to chip it up for Maiello again. See who comes down with it. And it's a Peters throw. Braden Apple. Let's see if he can get it somewhere in the box, give Peters a chance to get something in the back of the net here.
Look for this on Cam's head.
And Norwin kicks it out of danger temporarily. Brady Rose looking to turn this ball before Norwin can take it. And the throw coming to Maiello off his head. And again, Norwin just getting to this ball and then connecting passes as they need to keep things alive. Oh, very nice pass. Unable to control is Norwin, but still in possession. There's Cole. Keaton not going hard enough there to get that ball. He's going to have to go a little harder. I don't mind saying that.
Can say that sort of things about your own son, can't you?
You can, and I do.
Well, he has Celadonio on the run
here he goes. Come on, Selly. Okay, goaltender comes out. Come on, Key. You got to get this. Ah! So Keaton not having the greatest game. He had a nice little, if he had just brought it down there, he had a pretty much empty net. He's going to have to pick it up here if he wants to keep his starting position. He's out. Bobby not liking what he's seeing from his starters and putting in some other players. Bobby having a little word with Keaton.
Nathan Madzuski coming in for the Indians here, and then it looks like a junior Tyler Schuthis is coming in for Norwin.
Braden Apple on the ball. Braden fighting through a player, but called for a foul. So no foul, it was just a throw in on the opposite sidelines. Booted up and coming to Colin Exley. Colin stops it and kicks it up in the air. Nathan giving chase. Brady Rose called for a foul. Tried to jump up and get ahead on that, but had a Norwin player sort of underneath him there. But like you say, no problem, taking the foul as long as you're playing with all your heart. I saw about 3 or 4 plays there just, Keaton had. I'm used to watching him, of course, that I felt like he could have gone much stronger on. And I hope that's what Bobby was telling him over on the side. Froelich turning, looking for Maiello. Anthony's going to get it back to his partner there. And Froelich just sends a nice ball down. Let's see. Okay, now kicked out of bounds by Norwin. Maiello's going to take it quick. Braden on the ball. Braden gets a bit of a cross in. Cole Celadon, you tried to get his left foot on that. And it almost worked, but there was a defender there. So goal kick.
You can see here a little bit more of that pressing that I think Bobby, after the goal went in, told his team he wanted a little bit more of.
Braden Apple collecting, but kicks it right to a Norwin player. And number 16 on Norwin is still fighting. It goes, nope, it's still in play. Nice ball to number 24. 24 just does a little back chip pass.
Good run by Rose.
Yeah, Brady breaks that up nicely. Still in dangerous area, but Colin actually gets a nice boot on it to kick it down to midfield. Nathan headers off to Froelich, to Anthony Maiello. Anthony's got a little bit of space here. He's going to take it. And he's going to go for the cross. A nice cross in, but stopped by the goaltender. Ooh, goaltender's playing it quick. Comes right back out to number 28. Up to number 19, Norwin. And they're moving the ball again. Nice ball. If that's on sides, this is very dangerous.
Good block by the sophomore Colin. Actually, that's the effort and the heart that the coaching staff will love to see. Good vision to see the recovery running to get into a space to sell himself out for it.
All right, so actually getting a good play there that he needed. He struggled a little bit last game, struggled a little bit so far today, and that is the play that he needed right there to get him in this thing.
Looks like Connor Glass coming up to the line for the Indians. He'll come in at the next positive dead ball situation.
Very good. Hey, Luke Evans with his head on the ball, but it's bouncing around in dangerous territory. R.J. Bush boots it up, but only as far as number 28 on Norwin. Still Norwin has the ball. Gets across in, dangerous here, bouncing around in the box. And cleared out. Looked like Brady Rose got it. Nathan giving chase, but comes back. Cam Glass on the ball now. Okay, draws the foul. Give us a little chance to reset here. Bappel's going to take this kick. Braden Apple. Big boot right up to the edge of the box. Takes a header bounce and goes right to the goaltender. Goalie throwing it out to his number, can't see with these old eyes, 12. Cam Glass, header on the ball. Colin Froelich kicks it up. At this point, the ball's just kind of bouncing around. No one really in possession. Froelich again. All right, Froelich gets it up to Nathan. Nathan tries to hit Cam Glass, but gets taken off by a defender. Nathan pressing. But Norwin cool as cucumbers. Oh, and a good ball right between the two defenders of Peters Township. Colin Exley slips down. This is dangerous. Nice left foot, but not enough power to get past Stu. So a fairly easy save from Stu, but really dangerous stuff from Norwin. They're looking fairly confident on this ball. Peters Township throw. And it looks like they're going to make their sub. So R.J. Bush going off for, that's Connor Glass, yes?
Indeed it is. Connor Glass, that's not what he would love there. Standing up at the line for an extended period of time like he did, by my count, about 3 minutes. That's one where you start tightening up a little bit. You start overthinking things. Like, you want, as soon as you're up at that line, you want to be coming on. That's not an ideal start for his day.
Well, let's see what he can do here. Nathan fighting to get that ball, about 3 defenders in the vicinity there. And Norwin is getting some really dangerous through balls here. Connor Glass gets a chance here to show what he can bring. Brother Cam chasing. Connor back on the ball. And a nice ball from Connor that is just going to go out of bounds, but really nice. Was looking for Nathan, number 7 up there. Norwin throw. Up the line. Okay, Selly on the ball. Looks like it went out.
Ball's still in.
Did he not call it? He did not blow the whistle, so good for Cole playing to the whistle. He just kept going towards the goal, which is what you really do want to see. I was wondering if it ever went out myself. And apparently it went out off of Norwin, so Norwin throw. Or off of Peters, Norwin throw. Connor using that blonde head of his to boot it out of bounds. And another whistle, maybe never came in or just went out. Okay, now Nathan on the ball. Nathan gets it up to Maiello. Very nice. Froelich, here we go. Back. Oh, Froelich. Oh, okay, Cole puts the ball in the box. Got kicked out by the defender. Oh, no one quite able to get their foot on this ball.
Oh, you almost wish Froelich would have just taken a look and had to hit himself.
That is exactly what I was going to say, and I bet he wishes he would have just gone for it as well. From our angle, it looked like he had a nice shot at that goal. Oh, Maiello fighting. Cam Glass tries to sneak it through there. Brady Rose header, Maiello header, and just kind of dribbles right up to the goalie. Goalie plays it out quick. He's done quite a bit of that. And there's a foul called. So Norwin's got some strong defense here. We've had a couple nice chances, and they've shut it down quick. And goalie not afraid to play that ball out quickly. Nathan giving press. Oh, good play by Froelich. Uh-oh, dangerous though. Number 28. And he's going to take the shot.
One of the interesting things I've noticed about this game so far, a little bit frustrating from the Peters bench's perspective, is most of the play has been down here over in the Peters attacking half. It's just been Norwin that when they've been able to break on the counter, they've been able to find those gaps in between the Peters line and come away with the more dangerous of the chances, and that's what's reflected on the scoreboard right now.
Agreed. When they when Peters gets stopped, their breakaways are quick, and there's always a man fairly open downfield that they manage to find. So Peters Township has to come up with an answer for that. But you're right. I mean, most of the play has been down on the Norwin side of the field. The Glass brothers working together. Connor kicks it in. I think he was trying to go for Cam, but it was just a little bit too much on that ball. So the goaltender comes up with it. Yeah, sometimes that's how these go, isn't it? One team will have all the momentum. They'll be down at the other player's side, and then the other player just answers, and before you know it, it's 1-0. Hopefully we can not let it get more out of hand than that. Hopefully we can tie it up here. Got 15 minutes left in this game. In the half, that is. Plenty of time left in the game. Cole Celedonia on the ball. Oh. Okay, ball still in. No more. Is that Charlie looking to come back in? Hard to tell from here, isn't it?
It is, especially in the dark. I'm having a little bit of trouble making out the numbers on these brand new uniforms. I'm thinking it's Jake Gowennis.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't look like Charlie anymore as he gets closer.
Yeah, Jake Gowennis, number 4, coming in for Peters Township.
Okay.
Speaking of those brand new uniforms, do you have any opinions on them yet, Mr. Kelly?
You know, I'm actually liking them. I'm liking what I'm seeing. You know, nothing offensive. The stripes going down. You know, it looks fairly cheerful. Well, you tell me what you think, Connor. Would you want to be wearing that?
I'm a fan of the horizontal hoops. I'm a fan of the black numbers instead of the white. The only qualm that what a goal by Colin Freilich. What a goal! And this one's knotted up on his left foot with a little bit of English on it. Nothing the Norwin keeper could have done there. And out of nothing, we're back to all square here at Confluence Financial Partners Stadium.
Wow.
Wow, I don't even feel like critiquing the Peters Township Indians on the back in front of the number after that hit. What a strike from Froelich.
To tell you the truth, I don't even know where that came from. I was just sort of watching. All of a sudden, from out of nowhere, Froelich just rocketed that in.
But that's what you look for out of your captains, the ability to be that spark plug and make something out of nothing. And now, in a game that had felt like it had sort of gotten into a little bit of a lull, we have an energy and we have a fire again, and we're back square.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, let's go. Man, I want to watch the instant replay on that one. So Bobby's combination of substitutions has really worked here. Who was the last guy that came in there?
Certainly has. Jake Gowennis was the
let's
guy
go,
to come
Jake.
in here.
All of a sudden, he put Jake in, and boom, turned things around like that.
Absolutely.
I love it. Okay, so
little change here from Bobby Dyer. It looks like he's gone back to that man-to-man look. That was one of the things I was going to say to keep an eye out for coming out of halftime, but it looks like he beat me to it, and we're now looking at a man-to-man look with about 13 to go here in the first half.
Tell you what, it doesn't surprise you, does it?
No, you were a little surprised to see him come out of the gates not in that man-to-man. You figured that's Bobby's. That's the style that's kept him here more than 20 years, and that's his bread and butter. That's where he feels comfortable.
Agreed. Yeah, it seems like every once in a while he will try out the zone, but it never really quite seems to pan out, does it?
No, it never seems to stick, and at some point you start to wonder why not just go to where everyone knows it's going anyway and stick to the man-to-man.
I think maybe at this point it's just like, habit. Like he's kind of done it that way forever. So he still kind of feels like, well, let's go to zone for, the first 10 minutes. And when it's not working, I'll go back to man-to-man.
And I think it's also partially the personnel are just so used to playing in man-to-man. Good dispossession there by Anthony Maiello. But the personnel are just so used to playing in that man-to-man that when you ask them to play a little bit more similarly to club, it's foreign on the high school field.
Yep.
You just see in that little string of possession there from both sides a little bit more fire, a little bit more intensity in this game, and that's what I think. I think that strike from Freilich's going to add a little bit more of that.
Yeah, it's amazing how things like that just shift the energy, I mean, you can even feel it up here in the stands. It's just like an energy shift.
And even down on the Norwin bench, you can sense after that goal went in, there was a little bit of little bit. I struggle to say arrogance, but just a little bit of thinking this might be an easier day, a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, the chirping and the yelling from there just had an air of, I think arrogance is a fine word.
Now it's quieted down a little bit. The Peters Township bench is the one that's a little bit more into it. Oh, great play by
Celedonia.
Celedonia.
Doing some really good stuff out there as Cole tonight.
Absolutely.
Really liking what I'm seeing. Okay, ball back up to midfield. Booted high in the air off the head of a Norwin player. But out of bounds. White player couldn't keep it in, so it'll be a Peters Township throw-in. Indians Braden Apple will take it. Bobby talking to his captain Cam Glass, explaining something.
Just a little bit of final instruction heading into the last 10 minutes of the half, because if you're Peters Township, obviously you want to get one more here, but the most important thing is to get into the half at least even. You can't give up one more. You can't squander that advantage that you've given yourselves in getting back on the front foot. Going into half on the defensive would not be where Bobby would want to be after what we've seen in the opening half hour.
Froelich fighting to get through number 4 so he can do something. But number 4 is solid on this ball. Kicks it back to his center back. Center back's going to kick it back to goaltender. And goalie who places a dangerous ball up there.
That'll be a card from Froelich. Just poorly timed. Maybe Matt will not reach for the puck, but you have to think that he's at least thinking of pulling out the yellow there, if not a warning.
I get the feeling that Colin Froelich saw that ball kind of kicked right to the middle of the field with not much pace, and he thought, wow, that was almost a gettable ball.
Yeah, eyes got wide there, although I do think a little bit fortunate with Matt not to see him reaching for his pocket.
Speaking of Matt, so you on a first-name basis with all these refs out here tonight?
Matt is the only official tonight that I'm on a first-name basis with. I don't believe I've ever officiated with either of the other two. However, Matt is the assigner for Century in Western Pennsylvania. All the officials at Century home games get assigned by Matt. Additionally, on my Century team as a captain, I had a lot of on-field interactions with him, both positive and professionally critical.
Gotcha.
So little bit of a respect there. Halftime of the JV game, as I was walking over to the press box, held a short little conversation with him. So he is the only one I am on a first-name basis with.
Well, very nice.
Looks like two players re-entering the game here for Peters Township, Keaton Kelly and
Charlie, is it?
Looks like Charlie.
I'm going to say his two starters had their time of punishment, and now they're back out there, and they better show something.
Keaton immediately involved here.
It would be nice to get another one here before the half, wouldn't it?
Absolutely would. That way you can take it back down to the locker room and be in a little bit more positive space than in a tie. Obviously, they'll be happy to have gotten one back, but I think on the whole, Bobby will be a little bit critical, especially of that start, and wanting to see a little bit more fire and a little bit faster coming out of the break when we start the second half.
We talked about that with the last game, didn't we? The first 10 minutes or so seemed like, it was just a slow start. And there was a bit of that last season, too, as I recall. Oh, nice strike.
Good save by Jack Stewart there, down to his right.
Yeah, very, very solid strike by the Norwin player off his left foot.
Absolutely. But I was about to say, last season had a little bit of those issues with slow starts, too. Seems like it's been a little bit of a theme the past couple years with these Peters Township teams where they close strong and start a little bit slow. That'll be something that, as the season ramps up, the coaching staff will be looking to stamp out.
Yes. Corner kick for the Norwin Knights.
Dangerous ball, well dealt with by Colin Exley.
Oh. Okay, so out of bounds. And yes, it is a Norwin throw. Okay, he's got an open man. Number 4 turns looking for space. He's got 3 guys on him. Cam Glass just boots it away. And Keaton's going to try to catch up to this ball. Come on, Keaton. Let's see some speed now, buddy.
Keaton definitely doing his job there, just making sure that it wasn't a comfortable ball back to the keeper, forcing that to get played around a little bit.
Playing a little bit of ping pong here.
And that's exactly what you're searching for, that poor ball that's bouncing.
Norwin able to knock it out of the danger zone, but still not completely safe. Oh, nice ball by Connor Glass to his brother Cam Glass. Oh! Connor takes a decent hit there. And throw in from Norwin. Connor playing strong. Charlie. And that might have been Charlie's first touch back in. Ball out of bounds. Peters throw again. And it looks like we got another sub.
Rose coming out and Jake dropping into the midfield here. I think that's Maiello who's re-entering the game out on that left wing, trying to just find something in these final 5 minutes of the first half.
Gotcha. To be honest, I didn't even realize Maiello was out. Okay, here we go again. Connor Glass with the throw. Looking for Keaton. Keaton fights for this ball, but unable to get it. Indians throw. Froelich.
Well done by
Froelich
Froelich
gets
to
it to
fight through
Cam.
the foul.
Cam trying to, gets dispossessed by Norwin. He had a few guys on him. Luke Evans corralling this ball. Oh, taken out, but no foul called. Uh-oh.
Luke Evans looks like he's having a left ankle problem here. The trainers are going to be brought out for that. He looks to be in a little more than a little bit of pain. This looks potentially serious.
You hope that's just a stinger, but he's in some definite pain right now. It was a hard hit.
Getting up, it doesn't look like he can put much weight on that. That looks like something that's definitely going to keep him out at least for the rest of this first half. And knowing the way this training staff operates, especially early in the season in these non-section matchups, you might see him held out for the rest of today just as a precaution.
Could be. He is putting some weight on. It looks to me like maybe it was, he got stepped on. It was one of those ones that hurts like the dickens, if I could use that term, for a good 30 seconds to a minute. Hopefully that's all it is.
Looks to be walking a little bit better coming off the field. We'll see if they reintroduce him for the second half or if it's a little bit more serious than that. Looks like Brady Rose coming in this matchup. They're dropping Cam Glass back to that sort of stopper position for the battle with Owolabi as the Norwin striker. And Rose looks like he's going to pick up 21 inside that midfield to account for Cam dropping back.
And Stu's just going to corral this ball and kind of collect things here for a minute. So I would guess that means Cam dropping back there. We don't have a whole lot in our on our bench as far as center backs to just come in and take over for a guy like Luke Evans.
No, the defensive depth this season was certainly hurt by the injuries to 2 seniors, both myself and Grant Woodward, who would have played Keaton. Keaton with a strike. That was a good effort, just barely wide of that left post. But coming back to that defensive depth, the injuries to myself and Grant Woodward that have held out both of us from Grant potentially playing later in the season, myself being out for the year, has meant that a center back option in myself hasn't been there, and then R.J. Bush typically plays in the middle, but Grant not being available has meant that he's been forced out on that right-hand side without the ability to be pulled back into back into the center.
Gotcha. Charlie Lulich on the ball. And out of bounds.
Come on!
So a Norwin throw. We're down to our last couple of minutes here. 2:23 on the clock. Connor Glass getting his head on that ball. I'm liking what he's putting into the game here.
And you just get a feeling that in these last 2 minutes, there's one more major chance coming for one of these teams, and maybe this is it.
Could be.
Oh, just hooked a little bit on the half volley. That's a tough bit of technique to get right. When it comes off, it's sweet, but just very, very difficult to connect, especially in that traffic, not wanting to hit someone or get a foul called against you.
Aiello doing some work here. Oh, keeps it in bounds. Let's see if he can keep it. Aiello looking for something.
Wins the corner. Well done by Maiello there. Looked with 2 Norwin Knights on him. Back to the goal line. Nowhere to go. Didn't look super positive. Did well to earn a corner and give Peters Township a chance here with just under 90 seconds left.
This is a big corner here. If they could get something, it would send them in the halftime on a real good high.
Ball's into a dangerous spot. Keene does well to keep it in. Oh, what a save by the Norwin keeper. Very well done from Hoyle.
Keaton back to Maiello, and man, what a dangerous play that was. So we got just enough time to set up another one here.
A little bit of frustration from the players here at the ball boys, with the ball boy on this near side to us throwing a ball across, and the one over by the concession stand putting it towards the Norwin keeper rather than the player taking the corner. A little bit understandable there from the Peters Township players.
Oh, and Connor really wanted to send one in right before half. He sends it over the crossbar. We're down to our final 23 seconds.
Norwin doesn't seem in a particular hurry here. They might be happy to just take it in at 1-1, but this Peters Township backline is going to need to be careful, especially in these last 10 seconds of one getting
10,
over the back.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, and there's the half. So we will see you back here after the half.
And we're back here at Confluence Financial Partners Stadium for the second half of tonight's contest between the Peters Township Indians and Norwin Knights. Tied at 1 at the half. Our first half stats for the Peters Township Indians shots had 6, one of them a goal for Norwin. Only 3 shots, one of them a goal. Norwin's goalie only with the one real impressive save there at the end to keep it tied at 1 going to the half. Jack Stewart with a couple of saves down to his left. This game has been one that it's been played mostly in the Norwin defensive third, but you have to feel that Norwin's gotten the more dangerous of the chances. That Peters Township goal coming off a Colin Freilich wonder strike out of nowhere. This game has the feeling of one that's going to either be decided in the first 10 minutes of the half or the last. Just that little bit of a lull in energy in that middle half of the half is something to watch out for here. Coming back out of the break, I would expect Coach Bobby Dyer and these Peters Township Indians to work more in that man-to-man that we saw be successful in the last 15-20 minutes of that first half. And especially with this Norwin speed that's found holes inside the back line a couple of times, you would expect that man-to-man and tightening up those defensive players to try and close those gaps. Don't let Norwin run into them. As we get underway here, Peters Township throw for Braden Apple here on the left-hand side. Up into Keaton Kelly, who comes out of the half. It looks like Luke Evans still not in the game after suffering an ankle injury with almost exactly 5 minutes to play in that first half. That'll be one to watch for if he comes back at any point tonight. Cam Glass playing that stopper in his absence.
Okay. And this second half brought to you by Buffalo Chicken Dip.
Made by Mrs. Attanucci tonight.
Oh, is that who made this? Ooh, got a little bit of a kick. I love it. So good. So, thank you for that, Connor. Well, it allowed me time to eat a few chips, not crunch into everybody's ears here. Okay, a free kick coming from Norwin, and a little flick back to Stu. Stu picks it up, no problem. All right. There's a bit of an energy here in the second half. I can feel it. Are you feeling it?
I am. I feel like both teams are coming out of the half, definitely taking the instructions their coaches gave them. The Norwin huddle, I was listening a little bit to it. Not as much energy as you could see Coach Dyer have down in the bleachers. Coach Dyer with his typical gesticulations and motions with his whiteboard. Norwin with more of a sort of collected energy. They seem to think they're on top in the game and just need to keep doing what they're doing to pull out a result, where Peters Township looked to be wanting to make a couple more changes, but didn't seem to be that unhappy with where they were in the game, merely some of the aspects of it. Additionally, Norwin came out of the huddle very, very early. That was one of the things I noticed. They were back out on the field in first 4 or 5 minutes to go in halftime, where Peters Township wasn't up off the bleachers till the final 10 seconds.
Which is typical of Peters. I did notice that Norwin was doing their runs back and forth, trying to get some energy going. Here comes Keaton Kelly. He's looking for Maiello in the middle. Not a good cross by Keaton. So Norwin with possession now, working it through the backfield. And still in possession, keeping this ball, finding some passes, and Peters almost takes it off him, but not quite. Is that Cole still over there on the far side?
That is Celadoni, and then the player who just got fouled looks, I believe that's Jake who just got fouled. So it looks like Bobby turned into the players who he looked for youth in the first half, giving them an extended spell at the start of the second to try and keep bringing that energy and giving them their shot.
Yeah, you love seeing that. Cole definitely earned his spot out there. So here comes the ball. Cam on the ball. Cam gets it to Keaton's head, but also the head of a Norwin player, so it's back out to the middle of the field here. So still kind of in a modified formation, with Luke Evans out. Looks like Cam is kind of playing back in that, kind of falling back into more of a center back kind of position, or what do we got going on there?
Maiello does well to win the goal kick there. A little bit of strength just to see the defender off and see that ball out over the line.
Yeah. Yeah, so Cam having to fill in a little bit back at the center back position, which is leaving a little bit of longing back at his midfield position. And Brady Rose kicks it out of bounds, so it's a Norwin throw. So the energy that we started off with the second half is kind of settling in here, it feels like, a little bit. Brady Rose lets it roll out for a goal kick. And see if Peters can kind of calm down and put some stuff together here while still keeping their fire. Keaton Kelly. Whoa, there's a shirt pull. Uh-oh. I thought maybe he was going to retaliate. Nope. Cam Glass on the ball, gets a fast kick, but not sure who was over.
Well done by Celadoni.
Oh, my God, Sally.
Very well done.
Wow, look at this. Holy smokes.
Really good run of play from the Indians there. Celadoni with an incredible amount of effort there to be able to win the ball back so cleanly after he and Cam not necessarily on the same page. And it looks like Maiello just inches away from getting
what
his
a
third
cross
goal of
from
the season.
Selly, man. That was
Right where it
beautiful
needed
there.
to be.
Apple up to Maiello. Back to Rose. Back to Exley. Exley has to kick it out. And Braden Apple fighting to do something here with this ball. Another throw in for Norwin. So a lot of action over at this side of the field. Keeps going out of bounds, and Maiello actually won the throw in there. So Braden Apple will take this. See if he can hit Maiello or Keaton even a little bit farther up. There's Keaton gets his foot on it, and the Norwin defender has to just kick it right out of bounds.
Now this is the range where we might be looking at seeing Bapple trying to get one into the box here. Look for him to get it on Keaton's head, looking to flick it to someone.
Keaton just not having a good game of what I'm seeing here. Didn't keep his eyes on that ball, tried to just bring it down, and
Chance to turn for him here.
he could make up for it.
Oh, that was a good ball there by Keaton. Just unfortunate by Freilich. His first touch got a little bit away from him, but that's a real tough situation, especially to not get the ball caught under your foot as you're looking for a shot.
Yep. So let's see if we can turn this corner kick into something. Sully's going to take it.
On the in-swinger here, look for this one. Looking at how they are, looks like Freilich's going to come up over the top on an ISO run here.
Goalie gets his fist on it, I believe. Maiello on the ball, trying to get something through. Keaton comes and keeps it in play. Froelich looking. Oh, back into play. Look at this. Look at this.
Handball!
Oh, handball in the box.
Handball shouts.
Not called. Not called. Oh, somehow
and the
Norwin
handball
manages
shouts.
to
It
keep
looks
that ball
like
out, and now they're on the attack here.
Norwin on the break.
One
Looked like
man
a
to beat.
handball
Colin
on the
Exley, now
line
three
to
are
keep the ball out.
Backing up. Oh, Colin takes the ball off him.
Well done by Colin.
Number 19 had the ball. He briefly took his eyes off it, and Colin actually was able to just get it off him.
Great ball by Rose Selly. Just a little bit of a poor touch. I'm still in disbelief at the lack of a handball call down there. It looks like it was right on the line, preventing that ball from going in.
Yep. I agree with that, and the fact that it just wasn't able to find its way in. Yeah, that was a conundrum there, but we'll see what we can do here. Braden Apple gets it up to Keaton, who heads it over, trying to find Cole on the other side. And it looks like it was ultimately called a foul. So Norwin with the free kick here. Slowing things down just a bit. And ball kicked out on the far side. Indians throw. Big throw for Mr. Bush. I think that's RJ over there, isn't it? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes get RJ's hair and Colin Exley's hair confused at a great distance.
Very similar haircuts, and especially under the stadium lights, difficult to tell the difference between Colin's brown and RJ's dirty blonde.
True that.
Oh, and that you might want a card for. 16, very fortunate to avoid the card. That was a point of emphasis for these PIAA officials. Last season was the kicking the ball away to delay a restart was supposed to be an automatic yellow card.
He's definitely having some words with him. All right, so Braden Apple here, actually, He thought about just going short, maybe to Cam Glass, but now it looks like he might kick it into the box. See what transpires. Dangerous ball. Maiello on it. Maiello wants a shot. Oh, yes,
Maiello
and it
into the
just
net,
takes a deflection.
and it's 2-1 Peters Township.
Anthony Maiello with a deflection off, I believe, maybe a Norwin defender, and it just went
Peters
right
Township
into the
goal
corner.
Scored by Anthony Maiello.
Goaltender really couldn't do anything with it once it deflected off his defender, and it was just heading to the back of that corner there, and it is 2-1 Peters Township Indians.
That's Maiello's third of the year, and that looks like that might be his trademark goal for this team. Just that gritty, win the ball back, put it in, maybe get a deflection, but
you know,
they all
part of
count
that
the
is just
same.
knowing where to be at the right time, right?
That fox in the box instinct is
Yep.
something that this team's going to need from Anthony Maiello this season, and so far it's gotten in droves. 3 goals in 2 games for him, and Peters Township up 1 here with 29 to go.
Pretty good stuff, so let's keep it up. That is exactly the turn you wanted this game to take. Now let's see if we can just keep that going here. Keep Norwin out of our area. They've shown that they're good on a breakaway, and there's still plenty of time. Clock is at 28:32. Norwin looking to break through the defense. Trying to get a corner, but no dice. And the ball is back up the line. Keaton's putting pressure on. The ball's just kind of going up and down the far sideline there, and is eventually kicked out. Looks like it's going to be a Peters throw.
And just there on the end line, you saw from Cam Glass what is the reason why he was playing this sort of stopper position last season. Just an excellent 1v1 defender who has the technical skill that the coaching staff will want him more advanced. But if Luke isn't able to come back today, there are a lot worse options than Cam Glass to play the stopper role.
Look at this. Oh.
Maiello with that ball.
Oh, was trying to hit. Is that Nathan out there?
I think that is Jake, number 4.
Yep, Jake, yes. So Bush gets it up. Keaton looking, takes it off his head, and Keaton, yep, just gets the throw. Almost went for a corner there. So RJ's going to throw. He's probably got enough power to throw it right in a dangerous position, huh? But instead he goes short to Anthony. Brady Rose. Oh, Brady Rose takes a shot, and why not? He had the space, and he darn near hit that. It went, a yard or 2 over. But I like seeing those midfielders take those shots when they get them.
Absolutely. When you find yourself in that little pocket of space 25, 30 yards from goal, that's the midfielder finishing drill. These midfielders aren't in doing shooting X's or anything like that in the box. Then when they're finishing from 20, 30 yards out right in that pocket of space, and that's where you want them to be sitting and just have that nose for goal.
So Keaton fought hard for that ball, and I think was trying to take a shot. It actually went more towards like a pass to Maiello, but too far in front of Maiello to get it. So looking good, though.
Nathan up off the bench for Peters Township, and it looks like Charlie Lulich as well, I believe.
Keaton on the ball again. Keaton gets it,
cutback.
tries to pass it in, but good defense by Norwin.
And Jake with some good effort to stop
yeah,
him and
he's
hold
fighting
this
for
play
this
up
the
here.
whole way. He's got to be careful he doesn't draw the foul, and he does, but
Jake.
really a soft call there.
Jake very frustrated with that. Didn't look like there was a ton of contact. Norwin player threw himself to the ground.
I think he
Very
just stuck
unlucky
with
there.
it long enough where he got it, but the the defender obviously, slid down, and the official called it. So what are you going to do? Slightly dangerous ball there, but Cam dealt with it efficiently. And actually goes out for a Peters Township throw, it looks like, from here.
Well done from Caledonia. Good effort play to force the Norwin defender into a mistake there, and that's going to lead to the reintroduction of Matuszewski and Lulich to this game.
So Norwin making a switch here. We'll wait for the Peters throw. Braden Apple on the far side.
Matt not happy with the Norwin bench here with having players standing up past the bench, which is already very, very close to midfield, but players standing even over across the 50. That's what that little stoppage in play was. Matt not happy with that little bit of conduct.
Gotcha. Colin Exley trying to clear this ball, but number 21 just keeps getting in his way. And Apple goes for the slide tackle and gets a little too much of number 12, so draws the foul.
Definitely a foul, nothing more than that. Just a little bit mistimed, but good whip you'll tackle, let them know you're there.
That's right. That's the energy that we need to be seeing from these guys. And occasionally you're going to get fouled.
Does leave Norwin with a free kick in a dangerous spot here. Wide open player number 5 coming in. Well dealt with by Colin Exley.
Oh, dangerous ball. Maiello kicks it out.
Good turn there by Lulich.
Nathan gets it up to Maiello as he's getting shoved in the back. Maiello fighting to get this ball, and he has it. He's got 2 defenders right on him. Still fighting.
A lot of fire still in this game here. Lots of just a little bit of chippy leaving ones in after the play. This one might be one to watch. That might be a storyline to watch heading into these last 23 minutes. Maybe guys picking up cards they otherwise wouldn't just because of accumulation.
Yeah. Yeah, neither team really backing down at all. Norwin still got plenty in the tank here, and they're trying to get something going, but the Indians being the Indians, they're not gonna stop. Nathan and RJ trying to connect on there. A little misfire sends it out of bounds. So Norwin with the throw. Colin Exley booting it up. Nathan's going to take this ball. Nathan's going to try to beat his man. He pulls it inside and gets it over to Froelich. Not a bad decision. Froelich gets it over to, is that Jake again?
Jake back to Froelich.
Yeah.
Out to Maiello looking for a second.
Maiello wants one. He shoots it, but there's a defender right there in his path. Cam on the ball. Cam's got one on. Maiello chasing. And it's out. Out for a Norwin throw. Cam Glass just booting it up the field. And Cam again. Oh, dangerous ball, but that Norwin player looked to be offsides, but no call. It was close.
Might have been held onside by Colin Exley there. It looked like he was a step and a half off of RJ Bush. Good diving defensive header by Cam.
Cam just puts everything out there on the field, doesn't he?
Absolutely, he does. His engine is just absolutely incredible to watch.
Charlie Lulich.
Nathan Madzeski causing plenty of problems for this Norwin back line since his introduction about 6 or 7 minutes ago. That's going to be something that the coaching staff are loving to see from him, and probably once we get into this section season, if he keeps turning in performances like this with that effort, are going to buy him some more minutes that he otherwise wouldn't have had.
Agreed. Norwin bringing it down the side.
Good tackle by Bappel, and he jump starts a little counterattack here. Indians outnumbered, but on the run.
And Charlie trying to cross it in. The
Throw
ball
with the
finds
touch.
Froelich. Wanted to do another strike there and had a player right in his way to block that ball out.
Oh,
Brady
good tackle
Rose
by
playing
Brady
tough.
Rose.
Very nice,
Another
Brady.
good tackle by Brady Rose.
Now Froelich. Froelich gets it out to Charlie.
If you're Peters Township, you might want this game to just sit down a little bit, just settle, and have a little bit more poise to the game. This end-to-end game maybe suits Norwin a little bit more with how they've been able to find that space between the backs today. Brady Rose down behind the play here. That's a worry.
Stu going to boot that ball out of play, and we're going to have a whistle and see what's going on here with Brady Rose. Definitely don't want to see your players going down like this at any time, particularly this early in the season.
Now it looks like Connor Glass going to replace Ralph Bush again here, in addition to whoever the sub for Brady Rose is. Looks like maybe Cole Celedonia. No, Cole's going to come in for Colin. Ralph Bush looks like he'll be the replacement for Brady Rose.
Okay, so Ralph will get some time here at the midfield.
A little bit of a chill in the wind here.
All of a sudden the wind picked up, huh? I'm thinking maybe it's not shorts weather anymore.
Probably not, and that's another thing that might contribute in the later stages of this game as a worry for these players is this first cold night of the year before your body's really used to it, those muscles really tighten up, and especially for players like myself who maybe deal with some asthma or breathing issues, the lungs are not used to this temperature of air, which doesn't bode well as you get into these latter stages where you're a little bit more tired, a little bit more mileage on your legs, and the muscles and lungs have been working hard for a while.
Yeah. But I'm not knocking it. It is nice to have a little bit of cooler weather here. And never mind sweatshirt weather.
Definitely feels a little bit more like fall.
Okay, Bappel kicking it up to the middle of the field. Norwin booting it up. It's just bouncing up and down all around. No control on this ball right now.
Jake looks like he's taking a knock here. He's dropping back to center back. Looks like something in his right leg.
Take the shot!
Okay, now we have a Norwin player making a breakaway here.
Well done by Exley.
Still with the ball and a nice shot. The
save
Stu
by
actually
Stewart.
has to be on the ball there. So Norwin still showing some fire, and we got another Peters player down.
Can't tell if that's Jake. I think it is.
And he's back up. He looks to be okay, just shaking up a bit.
So now as we enter the last 17-17 here for Peters Township, a little bit of an injury problem starting to take hold. Brady Rose and Luke Evans, both starters exiting the game. Now Jake Gowanus looking to the reintroduction of Colin Froelich. Bobby would have probably wanted to get at least 2 or 3 more minutes of rest on his legs, but no choice with the reduction in personnel that we've seen in the last couple minutes.
The final 17 minutes and 17 seconds of this game will be brought to you by Hershey's Nuggets, milk chocolate with almonds. Yes, it's time for dessert. Dig in. Okay, Froelich back out there and looking just as fired up as always with the ball. Looking for Maelo. Anthony wants one man to beat, and he's got him. But taken, dispossessed
Not much
there.
of the ball there.
Yeah. Froelich back on it. Both teams still playing very hard at this point. Norwin getting their passes together. And this one is rolling out for a Peters throw.
And that's where you can see sort of those tired legs starting to come into the game, particularly for these players who have been watching, or not watching, who have been playing for most of the game. Just legs starting to give out, especially in this early season before that 80-minute fitness kicks in.
It's amazing as parents up here in the stands, you know, you always just, you sort of don't factor that in most of the time. You're like, come on, take the shot, get it together. But when you think about it, these guys have been out there a long time, and their legs are getting tired.
A little bit of rain starting to come down here, too. The wind picking up, the rain. Weather rapidly deteriorating from what was a gorgeous fall evening into a not-so-great fall night.
Interesting. And you and I are sitting outside on this beautiful, what was a beautiful night. We might get a little bit of wet here. So the ball in. Braden Apple boots it up. And it's going out to the corner for Peters' throw. I like it when it's down here to just get those big throws into the box. We'll see what happens here. Off the head of, I believe, Nathan Froelich, but doesn't quite hit it the way he wanted.
Down inside 15 minutes here.
Some of the fans starting to work their way towards shelter or maybe to their cars, but I hope they're not leaving. Just trying to get out of the rain a little bit, I suppose.
Nathan with a good little bit of effort there. Well done winning the ball back and trying to create something for himself as the rain starts to come down a little bit harder here.
Keaton coming on for Maelo. Let Maelo's legs rest a little bit and let Keaton get out there and get something going here. Nathan looking to get his foot on it. And Norwin on the move. Connor, I'm going to take a minute. We're going to come on inside with our equipment. You got the nugget? I got the nugget. Okay, I got the chicken dip.
And we're back for PT7 here inside the press box now. Weather outside rapidly deteriorating. Rain starting to come down in sheets. A little bit warmer in here. As a former defender, this is one of the worst things that you can have happen to you late in the game here. With the rain starting to come down, you just get that little bit more unsure with every ball that comes over the back line, something that you just don't want to see. You get that little bit of doubt in the back of your head, and that's what leads to mistakes, and mistakes lead to own goals, which you never want to see, especially in these conditions.
No, absolutely. It's almost not fair, is it? Sometimes that's the way it goes. So with 12:21 left on the clock, Norwin's trying to get something going here. They got to throw in on the far side of the field.
Little bit of a nervy moment there coming through to Stu. Well shown off by, it looks like that was Colin Exley who made the final little bit of shielding.
Good, Colin. Colin's been having a strong game ever since that first 10 minutes or so. Definitely like what I've been seeing from him tonight.
When you start like that, it's all about the response, and I think his response has been admirable, especially considering the fact that he's only a sophomore, as Peters Township launches a little counterattack here.
So Charlie had a nice run and then lost the ball in the last little bit there. And now it's a free kick for Norwin going the opposite direction here.
Foul against Freilich was not the call I was expecting there. Looks like he might have
Freilich
a little bit of a problem.
Still on the ground. Definitely don't want to see that.
Looks like he did a little bit of the split, so you worry about those upper thigh muscles, but hopefully nothing too bad, just a little bit of a sore one.
It is definitely coming down in earnest out there now, so going to be a lot of wet players out there and a very slick ball. Freilich up off the ground, putting a little bit of weight on his leg there. He looks to be okay, thank goodness. So who's coach going to send out now to replace him?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He sent out someone, Brady Rose.
Brady Rose is back out.
Brady
Okay,
Rose
so
with his reintroduction.
Brady, after a little bit of a stinger out there, is back up and shaking it off. That's good to see. Trying to shield, but ended up having to take the ball, but it's out now for Peters' throw.
A little bit fortunate there, Ralph. That's a ball that he feels is getting over the end line, and sometimes in these conditions, just that little bit of gust of wind or that ball being a little bit slick prevents it from getting out as you want it to.
So he's giving the throw now to Norwin. That throw-in never came in bounds, I guess, and I don't know if that was the fault of the wind or just a slick ball. But in any case, the weather having some effect on the game here for sure.
Down inside 10 minutes, this is a dangerous spot for Peters Township to be. Can't afford to concede here and go into the final stages without the momentum.
Ball out. Brady Rose kicks it out and concedes the corner kick. So, again, still dangerous. Definitely don't want to get this game tied up, although I guess ties are just ties in the Whippeal. We don't go into overtime or anything here, do we, Connor?
I'm not sure what it is in non-section play. I know if this was next Thursday night at home against Canon-Mac, we absolutely would go into overtime. But in these non-section games, I'm not sure what the rule is.
I'm hoping we don't have to find out.
Well dealt with by Keaton. That's a good defensive header with his face in his own goal. Well done to get it out and force Norwin to put this out for a goal kick here. Down inside 9 minutes now.
Going into overtime in this kind of weather is not what anyone wants, so.
Not at all.
I think what needs to happen here is Peters just needs to get a third goal, and we need to just call it.
Third goal, put this one away and shut down the engine a little bit, especially going into a really, really big game Thursday night at home against a really good Plum Mustangs team, especially overtime and potentially up to 20 more minutes on the legs is not what you want to see, and with that next on the schedule.
That's for sure. Ball kept in, tries to get the cross in, and Norwin kicks it out.
Oh, unfortunate bounce from Connor Glass there.
So Norwin on the attack again, but Brady Rose doing really
defended.
Good work. And Cole Celedonia trying to reach Keaton just above his head.
Down inside 8 minutes here. And as we get caught watching this clock a little bit here, Norwin's going to start throwing everything they have at this one to try and pull one back, force 10 more minutes.
Comes off RJ, so we got a Norwin throw. And RJ again. Keaton actually just kicks it into the middle, trying to find Cole Celedonia. Selly's working on the ball. Selly actually gives a push to the Norwin player. And so Norwin will get a kick here.
And Celedonia is going to get booked for that. Matt stopping the clock. And Celedonia, that will likely be his day with only 7:05 to go. His timeout will take him until 2:05. And I find it unlikely that Bob will be making subs at that point, especially since in WPIAL rules, which is a difference from every other, really every other soccer conference out there. I don't know about other high school conferences, but certainly club and travel. The clock does stop inside 5 minutes on substitutions for the winning team.
Okay. Well, Sully had a great showing, and I'm sure that Bobby and the coaches will be happy to see it, as well as his dad, who's probably still out there on the other side. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Maelo kicks it out of bounds, and we got the Norwin throw-in coming in, trying to keep it in. He does. They're still trying as hard as they can to get something happening. Ball bouncing all over the place out there.
As we're down to about 6.5 minutes left, Keaton with a good job keeping him in front and getting that first ball out before I think was that Brady Rose who had the final ball? Oh, that's a harsh handball decision there.
Yeah, his arm was just right there. It was not outstretched at all. That's tough. Just kind of a bad bounce, I think, for Brady. All right, so two-man wall. Sent over the wall, and
well collected by Stu, especially in this rain. That's not an easy
ball,
save
yep.
to make.
Normally that would have been easy, but not in this weather. So
down inside 6 now.
RJ fighting for this. He gets it up to Maelo. Maelo gets a head on it. Keaton's going to take this now. Keaton sends it up back to Anthony. Not quite there.
But out for a throw-in, and that's all you're asking for there. Just take a little bit of air out of this game. Take your time over the throw-in. Norwin almost shooting themselves in the foot there with throwing the ball back at the ball boy. Hard to catch these wet balls. If that goes back on the field, that's another 2-3 seconds they don't have.
Right.
Definitely advocate for ball boy respect here at Peters Township Soccer.
They do a good job, don't they?
They do. They do their best.
It wasn't too long ago that you were doing that out there.
No, and as a ball boy, especially in a circumstance like this, if
Holy moly.
Oh!
And they have the cool and collectedness just to let it roll out. My goodness. That was some dangerous stuff there.
Gets away with one a little bit there. Just that wet ball didn't come cleanly off of Jack Stewart's hands, but well shown out by the rest of the team. Good effort you saw throwing bodies to ground, just trying, in case Norwin was able to get that shot on frame, just trying to get something directed wide over anything they could. But back to the ball boys. This is a situation where up a goal here, you want instead of throwing it, just putting it down, letting the Norwin or rolling it to them, maybe a little bit off center, or for a Peters Township, just let them take their time. Oh, and Peters Township's through here. Could this be the third to ice it? Oh,
good save by the Norwin goaltender, and he brings it out quickly. But taken off by
Well
RJ.
done, RJ.
Beautiful. Norwin again on the move. What a
Great
ball.
tackle by Vappel.
Vappel just on that.
And here's Keaton. Good game sense to slow that one down.
Keaton
And
going
he could
for this.
be in on goal.
Oh, okay.
2 shots in the last minute by Charlie Lulich. He's really searching for that winner here to put this game on ice.
That's right. And Norwin cannot get by Peters. They keep taking it off. This is Connor Glass on the far side, I believe.
Well
Man,
done from Connor
all
Glass
right.
there to win the foul. That's exactly what you were looking for. You would have felt it was harsh not to give it. Went through his back. And now we're down on 3 minutes left in this one. 180 seconds separates Peters Township from an opening win in non-section Quad A play.
All right, the kick coming.
Clock stopped at 2:49 here.
Everyone getting set up. Peters wants to obviously get ahead or a touch on this and just send it in the back of the net. See what they can do. And the ball's kicked right to the goaltender. Goalie going to boot it out, trying to give his team an opportunity to do something, but it goes right to the Peters players. Charlie giving chase.
2 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in this one. Norwin penned in. Oh, and they're loose.
And looking, they've got guys down. But that ball just keeps bouncing around. It's slick out there.
Bappel yet again with a huge defensive play. He's all over this game.
Braden Apple's beast out there.
Down inside 2 minutes now.
Cam Glass. Crossing up the field. Good choice. Gets it out to Charlie on the far side. Charlie called
just
offsides.
offsides. But we're down to 1:40 left in this one. Norwin got to get something upfield and on frame here.
Not a very long kick, but this one will be farther. Colin actually gets his head on it. Brady Rose.
And now Maello will be in on that.
Goaltender coming way out of his box just to keep it up in play. RJ heading it up.
Well done by Ralph. And now
Here
we're
comes
at
to
a minute
Maello.
to play.
Anthony. Okay, they're calling it a Norwin throw. That's all right. Take your
50
time.
seconds left in this one. That's out for a Peters Township throw with only 45 to go in this one. And now RJ's going to sit and just bleed this clock dry.
It's exactly what you want to see right here. Keaton boots it way up. Charlie's
Puts it into
coming in. Look at this.
Charlie Lulich. Ooh.
Oh, very nice, though.
Down inside 30 seconds here.
So Norwin has one more effort here. Headed up in the air, bouncing around in midfield.
Just want to get this one out of bounds if you're Peters.
That's
And
right.
Maello looks
Here
like
comes
he's going to
Maello.
take this down.
Last 10 seconds. He wants a shot. He's going to get one. Maybe. Oh, here
Can
he
get a
goes.
third? No, but that'll do it. And Peters Township opens the season with a 2-1 win over Norwin in Quad A play. Good gutsy win to come back after a less than ideal opening 10 minutes where Norwin took the lead. Maello looks like he's down after the play. This is a worry for
Thinking it's
Peters
just,
Township.
Hoping a cramp. He's got his leg up in the air and the
Hoping just to cramp after a whole lot of effort in that final run. But that's a day that you can see Jack Stewart out there with Brendan Seaman, both goalies very excited about that result. Gutsy performance from Peters Township, exactly what you're looking for at this point in the season. And that's the sort of result that you can use as a springboard to better things as we look forward to Plum on Thursday. Plum, I believe, ranked #1 in the WPIAL for Quad A. That'll be a big-time matchup here at Confluence Financial Partners Stadium.
it's going to be a big game. Well, we'll see you on Thursday, Connor.
Indeed we shall, Mr. Kelly. Always
All right,
a pleasure.
buddy, always a pleasure.